All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another video on altcoins. So I'm just going to briefly go over some altcoins and some potential supports to look for, to watch for possible bounces for this dump that we're seeing right now. So go ahead and I'm going to start with ETH here. Now, ETH has been consolidating really within this bigger descending channel that we've been seeing on, it's like more of like a 4-hour big descending channel here. But in my last video I covered with alt, you can see our first green box of support here is coming up. It is the midline of that channel. It is the bottom of the pitchfork, which you can see last time we hit the bottom of the pitchfork, we bounced very strong. It is our anchored VWAP from the 2000 lows, or yeah, our last major weekly lows. And let's see, what is it? 786 as well. It's our 786 as well. So we've got a lot of support coming in here. I would say this is a round. Let's go from $3,018 to about 2,980. This area right here is what I'm interested in as our support level for Ethereum here. Yeah. And then to the upside, if we do bounce from here, we also got to watch the top of the channel. We can do a Fibonacci pull. Now, I don't think the low is going to end where we're at now, so we can't really speculate on the the Fibonacci pull being exact right now. If we continue down, let's say we continue to dump down to like the touch the channel again here, then we can look at our local 786. Our 786 should be around the top of the channel by then, because it's going to take us a while to get down here. And then if we do a grind up bounce, our 786 should be around there. So that's 3,336. That's going to be a level. Now that is completely right now, completely hypothetical based off of a low that we have not made yet. So that's just speculation on my part looking at the future. We do have the SFP of these range lows down here. We are breaking our range though. If we look at our range here, you can see we're breaking our value area low to the downside. Even on low time frames, we kind of came back up and back tested it. We rejected. So we got to expect this to continue down further here. This box of support is what I'm watching as our first box of support to look for along here. If we bounce before that, if we have the SFP and bounce before that, I'll be sleeping, so I'll miss that trade, and that's okay. The only other level I would watch for is that SFP of these lows here. If we SFP these lows and confirm the SFP, you can look for a bounce from there. But to me, this does look like the start of a corrective. I mean, this does look like the start of, it look like could be impulsive price action. So you can see this is our one wave, our two wave, our third wave down here. See a bounce, 4, and then we might make a 5th into this big area, which would be really nice to see our swing long from that area. So that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum. Just quick go over on that. Next up, let's go to Solana. And Solana, there's a couple of interesting things coming up here. So first of all, we do have this descending channel that we've been in on Solana here. And we do have the SFPs of these lows into the channel midline coming up here. And I'm looking for a possible long from there. If it hits while I'm still awake, like in the next hour, and it confirms, I might take it and then put my stop below the local low that's made. I did talk about this on the video yesterday. If we go into my more advanced chart of this, we can see that we are breaking our range to the downside here. And we do have that pitchfork midline in red here as well. So there's a lot of support here that we can look for a bounce here. If not, we do have this bigger box here, which is a shift pitchfork midline, not this same pitchfork, a different one. It's our golden pocket, and we also have our point of control of our much bigger range there. And that area is from like 217 to 209, really. That's the two levels I'm looking for locally on Solana here. Now, if we do bounce from this midline here, we do have a couple levels above us. I do still like this level up here at 255 to 256 because we have a daily and a naked daily point of control right up here. And then we have our weekly at 252, which is aligning with the top of the channel. So those are areas of resistance. So if we come down here, we bounce, and then we kind of work our way up. Depending on how long it takes, we also have this naked weekly point of control at 247.2. That could be our first resistance. It's also, you can see our prior lows were here. So now those prior lows might act as a resistance. And if we do come down here, swing fail this, we might just come up to our prior lows and then continue our way down. So just if you do have the SFP, play it as a scalp at first, play it as expecting a higher low to come in, and then you could take profit there, set your stop to break even, and then let the rest ride if we continue to break higher. I do still like this top pitchfork band up here at $300. If we break out of this channel, I'll be looking for a move up to the $300 range, 295 to 300, where it's the swing failure pattern into the top of the big pitchfork band. Other than that, those are the only trades I'm interested in on Solana right now. We're just going to continue watching it here. All right, next up, XRP. XRP here, same thing kind of. We're in this descending channel now. I made this new channel based off these two new highs and then the low that was made. Remember the last time we touched this low, it was a lot of support and we still had this box here. We got a very strong bounce from that, but I left this box here because it's still a swing failure pattern into our bigger band of support, but it's also near the bottom of our channel as well. So our that's from like 282 to like 277. Now, right now we are dropping and the daily is holding us. This is a new daily level that was created. It is holding us. And then right below that, we have our anchored VWAP from the lows down here at 219, 218-ish. So that anchored VWAP is an important anchored VWAP. You can see the last time we hit into that anchored VWAP, we had a strong bounce from it. So this general area of support right now could hold for XRP, but if Bitcoin keeps dumping, then XRP will go lower, and the SFP of these lows into the bottom of the channel and the bigger pitchfork band is what I'm looking for. To the upside, we do have that naked daily point of control at 315.6. That is right above us. And also if we take a range pull of this range here, okay, it's not, our point of control is not quite there anymore. So we can watch for the back test of the value area low and the channel midline. If we do bounce from here to make a lower high and continue down, those are levels I would be watching for local rejection. So if you're wanting to scalp this anchored VWAP here, watch for this midline as a rejection point or the value area low as a rejection point to make a lower high before continuing lower. But I do really like this level up here. So we have our value area high up here. There's multiple confluences. Our value area high, our 786 is up here, a naked daily point of control, and the swing failure pattern of these highs at the top of the channel. So that's 328. At 328 is a very strong resistance to be watching for a rejection if we do make a bounce and continue much higher. Those are the only levels I'm interested in right now. Of course, we do have our golden pocket down here, and our value area high of a much, much bigger range is down there. Let's zoom out onto the daily chart and let's look at this range here. This was our consolidation range that we were in for quite a while. We have our value area high about there. And it is our, if we do a Fibonacci pull of this third wave move here from the lows to the highs up here, we go to our golden pocket. You can see our golden pocket is at 261. So I guess our value area high is a little bit lower than that. Maybe it was the value area high of this intraday range here. Let's zoom in on that for our chart. This was our wave 2 kind of right here. And no, it's not. Okay, so the value area high, I mean, it's, yeah, this is the value area high. This should not say value area high. Okay, but our golden pocket is there, and you can see it's towards the bottom of the band of support, the much bigger band that we've been trading in of the big pitchfork. So that is 265 to 261, really 262. That area of support is a bigger support if we do break this descending channel to the downside. I do think we could chop within this descending channel for a while as part of our wave 4. So remember, this is our 1 wave, 2 wave, big third wave that ended at the top of the pitchfork. Our 4th wave correction, I did say could take a couple weeks. And I was thinking this could have been the end of it because of the aggressive pump that we got, but it's not. We're still correcting in here. And so if we come back to, we could even correct all the way we could just chop around all the way until we get to the bottom of the channel in confluence with our pitchfork band here at 275 and then pump. But that's to be seen yet. We'll just keep an eye on that. So that is XRP for you. Now let's go to Link here. Actually, I was going to look at Aptos real quick. Aptos here. Aptos is in a pretty nice descending channel on the 4-hour chart here. But we did, so let me actually go ahead and I'm going to hide this 4-hour channel, and we're going to look at the much bigger daily channel we just broke to the downside. And we're breaking it pretty frivolously. So you can see we were in this really nice ascending channel on Aptos, and we're breaking it to the downside. Now, if we do a Fibonacci pull from the lows of the big daily channel to the highs, and that is over a 200% move. So what I did is I used a log golden pocket, because you can see this move is 257%. So log golden pocket, our log golden pocket is coming in around 698 to 670, but our regular 786 is also there. If we do the same Fibonacci pull but do not put it on log, our 786 is down there, and that's closer to the 0.65. So 670 to about 667.6. That is our first area of support I'm looking for on this Aptos here. And then if we fail that, we do have our weekly down here, and I do believe we could do this range pull on the daily. Now, this thing has kind of been in a giant range here, and our value area low is down here as well. So that this area, really about the 670 to 667 area, is a big support area here for us to be looking for a higher low bounce to continue higher on Aptos. Now, to the upside, we do have a fresh daily at 9.72. And then we do have our value area high at the back test of this channel, depending on how long it takes or how aggressive it pumps up there. If it takes a while, we could be seeing the back test of that channel in confluence with our SFP and our monthly up here. That's about it for Aptos. If we do break this area here, the weekly is the only other support I'd be looking at. And then if we break that, I'd be looking for the SFP of these lows, or if not even new lows. And then, of course, once we find our low, we could do a Fibonacci pull and find where our golden pocket is, find where our 0.5 is, and our 786. That's it for Aptos. Let's go to Link. Link here looks pretty good. Link is acting a lot stronger than a lot of these coins. You can see Link is not dumping near as hard as a lot of these coins here. And Link does have a nice daily range up here that we're forming. If we zoom in on this daily range, let's go on to the 4-hour chart. You can see how nice this range is here in the daily. We rejected from the value area high multiple times. We just could not break the value area high. We were holding the point of control really well. Now we're losing the point of control. If we close this daily below the point of control, then we can look for a move to the value area low. Our value area low is also in confluence with our last big daily push up from the lows here at $17 all the way up to the highs around 28 bucks. Our golden pocket coming in right around $21, $21.34 to 21 is also our value area low. So this is my first level of support I'm interested on Link. And then if we break that to the downside, we do have that same Fibonacci pull. We have the 786 of that Fibonacci pull in confluence with a weekly at 19.8. Those are the two levels to the downside that I'm watching for Link. Now, if we go to the upside, there's a few things we could look at. We could do a golden pocket pull from the highs of the range to the lows of the current lows of the range here. And you can see we've already hit into our golden pocket, but we have not hit into our 786 yet. And we could have a nice swing failure pattern of the highs into the 786. So these highs up here, we could see a swing fail pattern of these highs into the 786 at 28.1, 27.2 to 28.1. That would be pretty nice to see. And I do believe we actually have a daily up here as well. Yes, we do have a daily rate up at, what is that, 29.24. So let's see here. I think this box of resistance is better than the swing failure pattern. Now, the swing failure pattern I'd play as a separate trade than this box here of resistance. But this is our resistance here on link to the upside. Now, keep in mind, link could be forming a complex correction after a big wave one pump. We could be forming a complex flat correction here and then see a much bigger pump to the upside. So I do like the swing failure pattern of these lows because of that. If it's a flat, we could see a swing failure pattern of these lows and then continue much higher. But locally, our golden pocket and our 786 aligned with the weekly is looking nice. All right, and then Pepe. I was going to go into Pepe for Kespo. Kespo, I'm sorry that I forgot about Pepe for a while, man. I know I saw that comment and I have not put it in the last couple videos. Sorry about that. So Pepe, we actually have a really nice channel here on Pepe, and this is a daily channel. So this is a high time frame channel that we're seeing here on Pepe. And it's just chopping around in this ascending channel here. We did lose the midline and the bottom. So this golden pocket pull is from this last touch here on the weekly to the highs. We have our golden pocket at the bottom of the channel here. That's 0.00001017-ish to like 0.001069. That golden pocket looks really nice. We could also do a fixed range volume profile of this range here. Now we're breaking back into the value area high. If we do break lower, our 786 is in confluence pretty close. Okay, that was also a log. That was also a log setting fib because that move is more than 300% move. So our log 786 is in confluence with our point of control here at what is that? 60820. So this point of control of the big daily range in confluence with the 786, or if we have our log golden pocket, is at the bottom of the channel, that one that I just went over there. Now, if we come down and we close, if somehow we can close today's candle back above this value area high, we might see this value area high hold. It is still early in the day. We still have over 18 hours left in the day to close at or above this value area high. But if we close a daily below this, I'm at least looking for a push to the bottom of the channel, if not to the point of control down here. Now, I do suspect we at least see a small scalp from the bottom of the channel and our log golden pocket, if not this point of control down here. And then the last thing we could do is we could do a Fibonacci pull from the lows of the channel to the highs of the channel. And you can see our log 786 is around the value area low here. So that's another big support level here. And that's, what is that? 6 zeros and then 600 down here. And then we would also have the SFP of these second pivot channel lows. Remember, guys, I talk about the second pivot channel lows a lot of times on high time frame channels. When you break them to the downside, you'll often come at least sweep the liquidity of the second major pivot of the low of the channel, of the ascending channel. So we have that second major pivot SFP into 786 and value area low down here. So that's an area I'd be looking at. Other than that, there's not too much I'd be looking at on Pepe. You know, this is a very volatile asset, so I don't know if I'd be looking too much at trading any of those levels in between. You could look at this range as a smaller range here as well. We could do like this range pull from here. And our point of control is still pretty much the same. But our value area high on this range is pretty nice because that also aligns with the bottom of our channel and our log golden pocket. If we do that same log golden pocket, if we go from the lows of the second pivot of the channel to the highs, we turn on our golden pocket and then we set it to log scale. Fibs based off log scale because it's more than a 200% move. You can see our golden pocket is right around the value area high here and the bottom of the channel. So that's why this is my first support, second support, third support. Simple as that. Those are the only three levels that I'm interested in watching. Now, if we do get a bounce from the bottom of the channel, our midline is always going to be a level to watch for a rejection. And if we do a range pull of this range here, you can see the point of control would be around that midline here because it's going to take a while to bounce and then get back up here. So the midline is going to be around our point of control of that range. And then once we find a bottom, we can also do a we can do a fib pull, but we can do a hypothetical fib pull now. Let's say we bounce from the bottom of the channel. You can see our golden pocket is also there as well. Now that golden pocket is not going to be a log golden pocket because it is a smaller distance there. Smaller, it's not more than 200% move. So that's what I'd be looking for on Pepe. And of course, if we do hold the bottom of this channel, we break the midline, then we can look for the highs of the channel again. Also, we could look for SFPs as well. All right, and then let's see, there was a couple other ones. I covered Aptos. Link. Let's just real quick, let's go to Bitcoin real quick because Bitcoin did get that small rejection from that midline, not midline, the band that I was looking at. So let's go down here. I did talk about this in the channel that if we, on the last video I made just an hour or so ago, we were losing this band. If we come up and back test it and reject, I would be looking at least for the bottom of the band here. And we did reject so far. We've been kind of chopping down. I expect this to just form some chop. Now, overnight, we could just continue to form a much bigger range in these bands. These bands like to form bigger ranges within inside of them. So if we come down to the bottom of the band here, chop within this band, it's absolutely acceptable to chop within this band for a few days before coming lower or before recovering and pumping to the upside. So Bitcoin might just kind of find some consolidation within this bigger pitchfork band that we're seeing now. Let me just check on Solana to see if we actually got the SFP yet. No, we're so close. So Solana right now is hitting the pitchfork midline, but I would like just a little bit lower to get to that SFP. We're so close to that SFP. I'd just like to get that SFP. So I'm staying awake for a little bit to try to watch that to see if that confirms. And if it does, I will look to take that trade. Hopefully we don't get the front run because we're touching the pitchfork midline. All right, that's it, you guys. I hope this helps you a little bit. If you want me to cover any more alts, just post them in the comments and I'll cover those.